Confront it head on. The belief that's quietly ruining more traders than bad strategies, bad entries, or bad luck combined. I just need more capital. You've said it. Fought it. You've blamed everything on it. If I had a bigger account, I'd trade calmly. If I had more money, I wouldn't overtrade. If I had real capital, be consistent. It feels logical, it sounds responsible, and it is completely dangerous. Because this belief doesn't just delay progress, it locks you into a loop of failure that repeats at every account size. And the worst part, most traders don't realize they're trapped until years have passed. The lie that spreads everywhere, this idea didn't come from nowhere. It was planted. Scroll through social media and what do you see? The screenshots of massive profits, stories of small account to six figures, Lambos, luxury apartments, and perfectly edited lives of traders saying, "Once I scaled my capital, everything changed." But what they don't show you is the truth behind those images. They don't show you the blown accounts. They don't show you the emotional spirals. They don't show you the years of inconsistency before that one lucky run. So your brain fills in the gaps, believing the problem isn't you, it's your account size. And that belief feels comforting. Because if capital is the problem, then responsibility disappears. No need to face your impulses. No need to confront discipline. No need to fix emotional control. Just wait for more money. Two traders, same market, different outcomes. Let me show you something that exposes this lie instantly. Imagine two traders. Trader A has 100,000 in capital, big account, serious money, like a real trader. But emotionally, a panics when price moves fast, lie revenge trades after losses the over, leverages because, "Hoots fine, Lebrick's rules the moment ego is involved." Now imagine trader B, 1,000 small account, no flex, no illusion of status. But their behavior, planned risk, the strict entries and exits. He accepts losses without spiraling or treats every trade as execution. Not emotion. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Trader A blows accounts faster than trader B grows them. Not because of strategy. Not because of intelligence. Because money doesn't create discipline. Exposes the lack of it. Why most traders fail before strategy even matters. This is where people get uncomfortable. Traders don't fail because they picked the wrong indicator. They fail because they never learned how to sit inside uncertainty without self-destructing. They fail because they need constant action, chase dopamine, instead of probability, tie self-worth to every trade, or try to force consistency. And here's the part nobody wants to hear, makes these problems louder, not quieter. If you overtrade with 500, you'll overtrade harder with $50. And if you revenge trade small, you'll revenge trade big. If you can't follow rules under pressure now, pressure will destroy you later. Money doesn't calm the nervous system. Structure does. Core truth most traders never learn. Here it is. This is the thesis. Everything else rests on capital amplifies behavior, good or bad. That's it. Money is a magnifying glass, not fixed flaws. It highlights them. If your mindset is shaky, money magnifies fear. If your discipline is weak, money magnifies impulsiveness. If your ego runs the show, money magnifies destruction. And that's why so many traders experience the same pattern. Small account, chaos, a medium account, a bigger chaos, the funded account, total collapse. Then they say, trading is rigged. No, your behavior was never fixed. Belief keeps you stuck for years. This lie is especially dangerous because it feels productive. Waiting for more capital feels like progress. You tell yourself, I'll take trading seriously once I'm funded. I'll control emotions when the stakes matter. I'll trade properly when it's real money. But listen carefully. You can't respect 2,000, you won't respect 200,000. The market doesn't reward potential. It rewards demonstrated behavior. And every day you delay fixing your mindset, you reinforce the same habits that will destroy larger accounts later. That's how traders stay stuck for 5, 7, 10 years, not because they're incapable, because they keep solving the wrong problem. The silent emotional weight traders carry. Let's talk about what nobody talks about. The frustration, quiet self-blame at night. The comparison when you see others winning. The feeling that you're behind, broken, or missing something obvious. You replay trades in your head. You second-guess yourself constantly. You wonder if you're just not built for this. And instead of addressing the real issue, the mind grabs onto the easiest explanation. I just need more capital. Because it hurts less than admitting, I don't trust myself yet. Why this belief guarantees repeated failure? Here's the harsh reality. If you stay inside this belief, your future is predictable. You'll scale too early, increase size without emotional readiness, break rules faster under pressure, experience bigger drawdowns, lose confidence repeatedly, and each time blame something external, the market, the broker, the strategy, the timing. But the loop never breaks, because the mindset never changed. The 2Ls is why the 2Ls challenge matters. Not as a flex, not as motivation porn, but as evidence. It strips away every excuse. No big capital, no safety net, just execution. Because if you can trade cleanly, calmly, and consistently with 200s and Zallows, you've proven something rare, that your behavior is aligned. And once behavior is aligned, capital becomes fuel, not a fix. What this video is really about isn't about shaming you. It's about freeing you. The moment you drop this belief, something powerful happens. You stop waiting. You stop blaming. You stop postponing discipline. And you start building the one thing that actually scales self-control under uncertainty. By the end of this video series, your relationship with trading will feel different. Not fear-driven, not ego-driven, but grounded. Because once the mind is stable, capital stops being the goal and becomes the consequence. Let's reset something immediately. Starting with 200,000 is not a limitation. It's a filter. It exposes who is serious about trading and who is just chasing the idea of it. Most traders secretly believe small accounts are pointless. They see them as practice money, not real trading. Something you rush through to get to the real game. That mindset is exactly why most traders never survive long enough to scale. Because the goal early on is not to grow fast. The goal is to stay alive long enough to grow at all. Why starting small is strategic. A 2,000 account does something powerful. It removes the illusion. With small capital, you can't hide behind hope, brute force bad decisions. You can't survive by luck for long. Every mistake shows up immediately. That's not a disadvantage. That's feedback. Large accounts allow bad behavior to stay hidden. Small accounts expose it early, before it costs you years. This is why professionals don't ask, fast can I grow this? They ask, how long can I survive this? Survival is the foundation of everything. Survival mode vs growth mode. Most traders live in survival mode, even when they don't realize it. Survival mode sounds like this: I need to make this back. Look, I can't afford another loss. What? I just need one good trade. I'll fix it on the next one. In survival mode, the brain is hijacked. You're not executing a plan, you're reacting to fear. And here's the trap: when your account is too big for your discipline, survival mode never turns off. A 2,000 account correctly does the opposite. It trains growth mode. Growth mode sounds like losses are data, risk is predefined. My job is execution. I don't need to be right today. Growth mode is calm, boring, methodical, and boring is exactly what survives. This is where authority replaces motivation. No hype, no flexibility, no negotiation. One risk per trade philosophy. Risk is not a number. It's a decision about identity. With 2,000, your maximum risk per trade is 0.5% to 1%, no exceptions. That's 10 to 20 per trade. Most traders laugh at this. That's too small to matter. Good. Because if 10 doesn't matter, your process has to. This forces you to focus on execution instead of outcome. And that's the point. 2. Sizing rules. Position size is not based on confidence. Not on feeling good. Not on the last trade. It's mechanical. You calculate size after defining risk. Always. No, just this once. Because every time you oversize, you teach your brain that rules are optional. And once rules are optional, consistency is impossible. 3. Drawdown protection systems. This is where most traders fail. Not because they don't know what to do, but because they refuse to stop when they should. Your 2,000 blueprint includes hard limits: a max daily loss 2%, a max weekly loss 4%. Hit the limit. Okay, you stop. No one more trade. No, I see a perfect setup. Stopping is a skill. And this system forces you to practice it. The fastest way to blow an account is not one bad trade. It's refusing to stop after it. The non-negotiables. These rules are not suggestions. They are filters. If you can't follow them, trading will eventually remove you. No revenge trading. The moment you feel urgency, anger, or the need to get it back, you're no longer trading. You're gambling with a story in your head. Revenge trading doesn't start with rage. It starts with subtle emotional pressure. Blueprint shuts that door early. No oversized positions. Oversizing is ego disguised as confidence. It's the belief that this trade is different. It never is. Every oversized position trains your nervous system to crave intensity. And intensity is the enemy of longevity. No emotional entries if you didn't plan it. No chasing candles. No farm. No. I'll manage it manually. Emotion-based entries feel exciting. They also end careers quietly. Rules feel too restrictive. Good. That discomfort is your old identity resisting structure. Most people confuse freedom with flexibility. In reality, structure creates freedom, because when rules are clear, the mind relaxes. No constant decision making, no second guessing, no emotional bargaining. You know what to do, you do nothing, and doing nothing is a position. The fear of losing, small, money. Let's address something honestly. If losing 10 or 20t shakes you emotionally, that's not a capital issue, that's an attachment issue. Small losses are mirrors. They reveal the fear of being wrong, the fear of failure, the fear of wasted effort, the fear of self-doubt. Would you rather discover these emotions now, or when you're risking thousands per trade? Small losses are tuition, cheap tuition. Discipline is trained, not assumed. This is where most traders fool themselves. They assume discipline will appear later. When it matters, I'll lock in. When I'm funded, I'll be serious. That's fantasy. Discipline is a muscle. Muscles don't grow under pressure, they grow under repetition. The 2000 blueprint is not about profits. It's about patterning behavior, showing up the same way, regardless of outcome. Why this foundation survives, this blueprint survives because it's boring. No big wins, no dopamine spikes, no emotional swings, just process, and process compounds quietly. Most traders want excitement, professionals want stability, and stability is what scales. Next, if you think the hard part is technical, you haven't started yet. The real challenge is emotional. Boredom, doubt, impatience, urge to break rules just once. These battles don't disappear, they wait. And in the next part, we're going to expose them. The blueprint only works if you can survive your own mind. Trading isn't about charts. It isn't about indicators. It isn't about the latest system promising instant wealth. Trading is a war inside your own mind. And this inner war is the battlefield where most traders lose before they even touch the market. Meet your 3 core enemies. There are 3 invisible forces that sabotage every trader: fear, greed, impulsivity. If you don't see them coming, they will destroy your account quietly, day after day. 1. Fear, the quiet assassin. Fear is subtle. It hides behind caution. It whispers, isn't the right time. What if I'm wrong? Better safe than sorry. Sound familiar? Fear shows up in trades as hesitation before entry, cutting winners too early, avoiding setups that meet all your rules. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a signal of untrained discipline. The smaller your account, the louder fear speaks. Why? Because every tick matters. Every dollar feels like it's life or death. And the brain interprets small accounts as high stakes, magnifying emotion. The solution isn't bravery, it's preparation and systems. 2. Greed, the hidden monster. Greed is the opposite side of the coin. It's what convinces you, I'll take just one more contract. This setup could be huge. Miss it. If I don't go bigger now, I'll regret it forever. Greed shows up as positions chasing the market, sticking to a losing trade because hoot's about to reverse. It disguises itself as confidence, but is fear in disguise, fear of missing out. Small accounts magnify greed too. Every dollar feels like an opportunity you can't afford to waste. Every potential win feels like salvation. One more trade becomes the one that blows your account. 3. Impulsivity, the saboteur of execution. Impulsivity is the most ruthless. The instinctive response before your rational brain even shows up. It whispers, just do it now. It looks right. One click won't hurt. Impulsivity shows up as emotion entries, ignoring risk limits, revenge trading, switching strategies mid-session. Impulsivity is often disguised as intuition or gut feeling. In reality, your nervous system hijacking logic every single time. Why small accounts magnify emotion. A 2000 account is not small because it limits gains. It's small because it magnifies emotion, and that's exactly what makes it ideal for training. Every loss feels bigger. Every win feels fragile. Every decision carries weight. That intensity forces you to confront fear, greed, and impulsivity now, before it becomes catastrophic on a larger account. Think of it as combat training. You don't send someone straight into a 100,000 account without first testing their discipline in controlled, high-pressure conditions. The crucial decision-making moments. Every trade presents 3 critical decision points: when to enter, when to wait, when to walk away. When to enter, entry isn't a gamble. It's a mechanical execution of a plan. Ask yourself, does this meet all my rules? Is my risk defined? Am I following a process or impulse? If the answer is yes, confident. If not, step back. Emotion has no place in execution. When to wait, patience is your ally. The market doesn't need you to trade. Waiting can be harder than trading because boredom creeps in. Your brain wants stimulation, but patience is not a trait. It's a skill you train. A patient trader often profits more by doing nothing than by reacting. When to walk away, this is where discipline beats skill every time. Daily loss limit hit, stop risk parameters exceeded, stop rules broken. Stop walking away isn't weakness. It's self-respect and account protection. Building discipline systems to win this inner war, discipline cannot be left to chance. You need systems that make it automatic, not optional. 1. Trading journals for accountability. A journal is more than record keeping. It's a mirror reflecting your emotions, choices, and patterns. Document entries and exits, emotional state during trades, deviations from rules, wins and losses over time. The journal exposes sabotage cycles before they destroy your account. 2. Market routines to reduce chaos before the session is chaos during the session. Review setups, define risk for the day, visualize potential decisions, commit to execution. Rules. A structured routine tells your brain. Prepared brains trade calmly. Unprepared brains trade emotionally. 3. Post-trade reviews to eliminate patterns after trading. The work is not over. Ask, I follow my plan. Where did emotions creep in? What triggered impulsivity? How can I prevent repeating this? Reflection transforms experience into growth. Without it, mistakes repeat endlessly. Understanding self-sabotage cycles. Most traders are caught in cycles they don't recognize. Boredom or restlessness, key impulse trade, galosk, frustration, revenge trade, gay blow account. This is not bad luck. It's predictable psychology. Small accounts make it visible. Big accounts make it expensive. Recognizing the cycle is half the battle. The other half is creating systems to break it. Boredom. The silent trigger. Boredom is underestimated. No immediate action feels like opportunity lost. Mind craves stimulation. Impulse sneaks in disguised as setup. Discipline isn't about excitement. It's about tolerating boredom without breaking rules. The ability to sit idle and let setups come to you is what separates consistent traders from gamblers. Patience is a skill, not a personality trait. Some people think patience is innate. It's not. Patience is built through repetition, rules, and self-awareness. Count. Gear emotional stakes amplified, forced practice journals, gear reflection, gear awareness of sabotage patterns, routines, gear reduce chaos, gear allow calm decisions. Through this process, patience becomes automatic. It's no longer dependent on mood, confidence, or luck. From emotional trading to intentional execution, here's the promise. Manageable greed is predictable. Impulsivity is controllable, not because emotions disappear, but because execution is no longer emotional. You make trades according to plan, not reaction. You take losses calmly. You avoid unnecessary risk. Intentional execution is trading without drama, the single largest destroyer of accounts. The shift traders rarely achieve. Most traders never reach this stage. They either make profits, the emotional chaos, blow accounts, obsess over patterns, lose focus on execution, ignore self-awareness, repeat mistakes. By building disciplined systems, documenting behavior, and mastering patience, you transition from reactive trader to intentional trader. And that's where growth begins. Why this inner war is the ultimate foundation. You can have the best strategy in the world. You can have endless capital. You can have every technical advantage. None of it matters if fear, greed, and impulsivity control your decisions. The inner war is the battlefield that determines whether your account survives. Small accounts don't just test your strategy, they train your mind. They expose weaknesses before you pay the price in thousands of dollars. And by recognizing patterns, documenting decisions, and creating repeatable systems, you develop a mental edge that no strategy alone can provide. What comes next in the next part will connect mindset to scaling. You'll see how the 2000 blueprint evolves into larger accounts without repeating old mistakes. The war inside doesn't end, transforms into controlled execution. And that's where trading stops being a gamble and becomes a skillful craft. Let's take a step back. Trading is rarely about the money itself. It's about who you become in the process of trading. The difference between a gambler who blows accounts and a professional who scales consistently isn't strategy or luck. It's mindset. And that mindset compounds just like capital. Small wins build confidence. Everything starts small. Every trade executed according to plan, every risk managed properly. Rule followed. These are wins, not in the sense of profit alone, but in proof of competence. I followed my rules. I controlled my emotions. I survived the day without chasing the market. Confidence isn't granted by winning streaks. It's earned by demonstrating to yourself that you can execute under pressure. Small wins compound mentally the same way small profits compound financially. The more you prove you can act according to process, fear and impulsivity dominate decisions. Confidence improves execution. Confidence built on process, not outcome, creates clarity. When your brain trusts your system, a decisive exits, a calm position sizing is automatic. Losses don't derail you. Execution becomes mechanical, yet adaptive. You stop fighting the market emotionally, aligning behavior with probability. And here's the subtle truth: execution compounds faster than capital. A trader with 2,000 who executes perfectly for a year often develops skills far more valuable than a 50,000 trader with weak discipline. Execution compounds capital. The real magic is this: disciplined execution naturally compounds accounts over time. It's not about hitting a home run. It's about consistent, repeatable micro advantages, the same small percentage per trade, avoiding impulsive losses, letting winners run while respecting stop losses. These small edges pile up, and as capital grows, your confidence compounds alongside it. More money, more pressure, but also more trust in your ability to handle it. Strategy adapts as the account grows. Scaling isn't just adding money, it's evolving your strategy. Small accounts teach you discipline under tight constraints. Your capital grows. Position sizes increase proportionally. Risk parameters adjust. Stop losses and take profits expand logically. Market structure comprehension deepens. The strategy isn't static, scales with your mindset. If your psychology is strong, scaling is smooth. If not, bigger accounts magnify flaws instead of profits. Consistency through changing market conditions. Markets are never static. Conditions shift. Patterns evolve. Volatility rises and falls. Traders who fail react, chase setups, overtrade, or abandon their rules. Professionals, however, stay consistent. Execution remains disciplined. Risk remains controlled. Adaptation happens logically, not emotionally. Consistency is the true compounding engine. It survives long-term volatility while profits accumulate quietly. Continuous learning loops. Growth isn't linear, it's iterative. Each trading day is a feedback loop. Plan your trades and define risk. Execute according to plan. Review outcomes, emotions, mistakes. Adjust strategies and systems as needed. This loop compounds skill faster than capital ever could. Traders who fail ignore feedback. They repeat patterns, chase losses, and stagnate. Traders who succeed iterate relentlessly. Every day is a micro adjustment toward mastery. Identity transformation. The compounding mindset doesn't just grow accounts. It transforms identity from gambler, professional. Stop chasing wins and start protecting capital from reactive, intentional decisions are planned, not emotional from fear, driven, disciplined. Fear is acknowledged but doesn't control you. Identity becomes your secret weapon. It determines how you respond when the market tests you, not how the market moves. From chasing wins to protecting capital, early traders obsess over gains. They seek validation through profits. Professional traders obsess over preservation and consistency. When you protect capital first, profits naturally follow. The compounding mindset flips the script. Profit becomes a byproduct, not a goal. Discipline becomes measurable. Measurable rules measurable. Outcomes improve automatically because the system is prioritized over ego. From emotional reactions to planned decisions, every emotional trade is a step backward. Every planned trade is a step forward. Compounding happens when behavior is predictable. Entry criteria are predefined, position sizing is predefined, stop losses are predefined. The market can do anything. You can remain consistent. That's the edge. No indicator, strategy, no system can replace the psychological compounding. Why mindset compounds faster than money? Think about it. Emotional trading leads to erratic results. Fear leads to missed opportunities. Greed leads to catastrophic losses. But mastery over these forces leads to consistent edge, regardless of account size. Small accounts accelerate learning because mistakes are visible and manageable. This training compounds decision-making ability, patience, and discipline, skills that scale infinitely. Preparing for scale without sacrificing discipline. The moment you increase capital, the environment changes. Each tick matters more. Stakes feel higher. Emotional pressure increases. But with the compounding mindset, rules remain intact. Journals keep behavior accountable. Pre-market routines maintain calm. Post-trade reviews refine execution. The account grows. The trader stays unchanged at the core. Discipline is portable. Execution is portable. Profit follows naturally. The professional versus the amateur. By now, the difference is clear. Amateurs chase money. They react, they hope, they overtrade, they blame the market. Professionals chase the process. They control behavior. They execute intentionally. They trust systems. They protect capital. One depends on luck. The other depends on identity, structure, and compounding discipline. The next step, final realization. All four parts of this series have built toward this point. Part 1, Team Capital exposes behavior. Part 20, Discipline starts small. Part 30, Emotional mastery prevents sabotage. Part 14, Process and mindset compound. The final realization that separates professionals from failures isn't strategy. It isn't a tool, isn't even an experience. It's the commitment to becoming a trader first, a profit seeker second. When mindset compounds, behavior compounds, and profits follow. And that's the difference between a career that lasts and an account that blows. Let's close the loop. By now, you've seen the full path. Part 1, wanting capital exposes your behavior. Part 20, small accounts teach survival and discipline. Part 30, fear, greed, and impulsivity are your inner enemies. Part 4, mindset compounds, turning process into scalable growth. Everything you've learned points to one undeniable truth: profitability is a skill, not a gift. It's developed day after day, trade after trade, repetition after repetition. Why most traders quit just before growth? Here's the brutal truth. Most traders give up right before the breakthrough. Stuck in a loop, small gains feel insignificant, losses feel crushing, patience feels endless, and they quit. Just as their discipline, execution, and mindset are finally compounding. That's why so many fail to reach consistent profitability. Growth isn't about luck, it's about persistence. Persistence comes from mental toughness, not capital. A direct word to the struggling trader: if you're watching this and nodding along, I see you. I see the frustration in your trades, the panic after a loss, the temptation to just try something else. Here's what you need to know: you're not failing. You're learning. Every loss, every mistake, every rule you broke is feedback. The market doesn't punish you. It teaches you. And the sooner you embrace that mindset, the faster you grow. Reframing losses as feedback. Most traders react to losses emotionally. They panic. They chase, they blame, but let's reframe it. A loss is a signal. Did you follow your rules? Did you manage risk properly? Did you let emotion creep in? Treat every loss as data, not defeat. When you do, you stop repeating mistakes, building muscle memory for correct behavior. Trading as a long-term craft. Trading is not a shortcut to wealth. It's a craft. Like any craft, requires practice, it requires patience, it demands humility. Short-term wins are meaningless if they don't come from repeatable skill. Professionals aren't born. They're made through repetition, reflection, and refinement. And here's the secret: the process compounds faster than the money. The core lessons. Let's summarize what you've learned. Mindset before money. Capital only magnifies your behavior, it doesn't fix it. Start small to survive big. 2 are a limitation, it's a filter. Emotions are predictable. Fear, greed, and impulsivity are enemies. Discipline and routines neutralize them. Execution compounds faster than profits. Follow your rules, measure your behavior, and capital growth becomes inevitable. Patience is a skill. Boredom, hesitation, and waiting are not obstacles, they're training grounds. Losses are feedback, not failure. Every mistake teaches you how to trade better next time. Discipline scales. A mindset built under 1,000 works under 200,000. These aren't abstract principles, they're a playbook for survival, growth, and mastery. Mental toughness in action. So how do you apply this? Define your rules and stick to them. No excuses. Journal every trade. Record the decision, the emotion, the result. Market and post-market routines. Structure reduces chaos. Manage risk ruthlessly. Never let one trade destroy the account. Each of these steps is boring, but necessary. It is boring. Emotional control is boring. Patience is boring. And boring is what lasts. Excitement is what burns out. Storytelling pattern interrupt. Imagine this: pause for a moment and picture it: 2 traders, same market, same account size. Trader A chases setups, breaks rules, reacts to every tick. Trader B follows the process, respects risk, and journals every trade. One blows the account in weeks. The other compounds steadily, month after month, year after year. Which one would you rather be? The answer isn't luck. It's mental toughness applied consistently. Committing to mindset mastery. Here's the challenge. Trading isn't about pretending to be a pro. It's about becoming one internally first. If you commit to mastering your mind, you won't chase the market, you won't blame losses, you won't overtrade, you won't quit right before growth. Discipline becomes automatic. Execution becomes predictable. Profits follow naturally. Invite to engage, build community. I want you to pause here. Comment on your journey. What's your biggest struggle with discipline? Fear or greed show up in your trading? What small victories have you noticed lately? Sharing builds accountability. Community builds momentum. And momentum compounds faster than any single trade ever could. We're not just trading accounts, we're mastering ourselves together. The mission: mastering markets through discipline. The market doesn't care about your ego. It doesn't care about your strategy. It only reacts to behavior. If you want consistent growth, the mission is clear: master your mind. Trust the process. Respect risk. This is not a hobby. This is a craft. A life skill that compounds silently, steadily, and powerfully. Closing line: the core belief. Remember this: capital didn't change the trader. The trader changed the capital. Every trade, every rule followed, every emotional victory builds the trader first. The money follows. Discipline scales. Patience compounds. That's your playbook. The final takeaway: profit isn't the goal, mastery is. If you commit to the mindset, the results, capital, growth, freedom become inevitable. This closes the full series, giving the viewer emotional hooks, actionable steps, identity, transformation, curiosity for personal growth beyond the screen. The story ends not with money, but with the trader you become.